My wife and I are going to give you a tour of our motorhome. It's an antique bus that has been converted to a motorhome. It's almost 80 years old. I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's very unique.
This is our bus, Lenny. We've had him for about 12 years now. Before him, we had Benny for about 5 or 6 years. We've traveled all over the country in our bus. We've been to Oregon, California, down to Florida, up to New York. We've been all over the place. We even went to Burning Man. This last summer, we just finished a remodel on him, and we'd like to show you around. He's a 1947 a Retired Greyhound bus. He even has some of the original emblems on him. He's a stick shift with a 4-speed on the column.
So everything's got seat belts for the front driver's seats. That was added. There was no seat belts in 1947. That's where Kelly rides, and then she's got a nice little shelf there so she can keep her cell phone and her drinks and stuff, and we can charge cell phones. She normally keeps her feet on the dashboard because there is no footwell down there. This is a real common sight from our videos. Kelly chilling in the seat with her feet up, driving down the road. Some people lose their mind when the feet are on the dashboard, but there's no footwell. We don't have a footwell or anything, so it's very comfortable to keep your feet up there, right?
Yes, it is.
So we have a big long sofa here and a reclining chair right now, but this probably isn't going to stay, right? We're gonna.
No, that was just given to us to use for now. So when we find something that we like for there, we'll change it out.
I think we're going to put another seat like this seat back here so that our granddaughter can go with us, and then we can have her car seat and everything hooked in there. Got 2 granddaughters now.
But we might have to rethink that.
Yeah. So Lenny, height in here, I put some extra insulation in the floor and in the ceiling, so we lose a little height. I'm 5'10", and I can put a fist on top of my head still. So pretty sure about 6'1", you could be comfortable and walk through the middle of the bus, but not the sides. We have a very large countertop space here. The sink is much larger than what we had before the remodel.
Much bigger, yes.
And this sink is fancy where it sprays out. This comes out. It also rinses dishes down here. It'll spray out of these nozzles this way like a waterfall. It's got a drying rack that lays across in here as well if you wash your dishes and stuff. But yeah, cutting board, that kind of stuff. Cabinet space, locks on all the cabinets. It's an apartment size fridge, microwave / convection oven air fryer thing. So we have a very energy efficient mini split in here, which is also a heat pump. So it works as air conditioning and heat. We also have the airlock thing on here, which makes your RV not smell like an RV. Gets rid of a lot of odors and stuff like that. Works really good. So coming back to the bathroom here, it's a side aisle. The bathroom door is a barn door that slides. And it's a wet room. So the shower drain is there. You can just sit on the side of the toilet and use the shower head right there. There's a drain in there, and you can get about 2 inches of water in here before it's curved up on the sides. So as long as you're parked relatively level, the drain works very well. Otherwise, you just squeegee it down. We got a bowl sink and a mirror. But it's nice to have just a wet room that everything can get wet, and you're good to go. And then coming back to the bedroom, we have a pocket door here, so it slides out of the way. And then just a nice, cozy bedroom. Plenty of storage up above the bed there. It's got good light in here. All the RV stuff, that stuff's hooked down, so if you brake real hard, it doesn't move or anything. But it's a nice place to get away. And we're going to be going down to Disney next month. That'll be fun. We also have a rooftop air conditioner in here that's 24-volt DC. Also very, very energy efficient. It is an inverter type, so it's very energy efficient. It runs great. And then as far as battery storage, we have over 1,400 amp hours of 24-volt batteries. So that'd be 2,800 amp hours at 12 volt. But everything here is 24-volt system. And we got solar panels on the roof. It's very energy efficient, super insulated. It's just a very cozy, fun RV. Okay, so where are some of your favorite places that we've been in the bus?
Well, we've been all over most of the country. So most of it was work related. But I think my favorite was Burning Man. I love all the different art that they have there as far as all the installations, all the vehicles and stuff like that. Music, love music. So that was very fun for me. So yeah, that would probably be my favorite.
Is there any place you're looking forward to us going in the future?
Well, I'm excited about us going on our vacation coming up here, going down to Florida. But I really want to go to the Northeast. We've never been past upstate New York, and I've always wanted to go up that way. So I'd love to do that. And then really excited to do our destination sign, all those destinations. We've been to most of those places while you were working, but definitely excited about making that whole round trip to go to all those places and see where all those bus stations used to be, if they're not still there.
So this summer we're going to go to all these destinations. This is the original destination sign that was in the front glass of Lenny. It's stamped 1947 on the back. So he used to go to all these cities, and we're going to take the bus on a tour and go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. It should be a lot of fun. Where's your favorite place to hang out in the bus?
I love sitting right there while you're driving with my feet up. Don't hate.
When you open the door, the step automatically deploys with it. Nice. Now honk the horn.
Don't use that.
So he's got an inline 671 Detroit diesel in him. 71 cubic inches per cylinder, 6 cylinders inline. It has a 4-speed manual transmission that's a V-drive. So if you actually look there, the drive shaft in the back there is going in at a 45-degree angle. And this is actually a left-hand rotation engine, so it spins backwards. We have the governor set to about 2,650 RPM, so it's pretty high. And he'll cruise on the highway a little over 70 miles an hour. Very comfortable at that speed too. He's not all over the place, he's very tight. Some would say it's straight piped, but there's a couple of 90-degree bends in it before it gets here. There's actually 2 different resonators on it, so it's got a really unique tone, but he sounds pretty tough. And he is. So Lenny was designed by a real famous industrial designer named Raymond Lowey. He's got a lot of very unique details, these little turn signals with the glass arrows, and the Greyhound dog, that actually is a light that lights up, original lights up. The fluting with the aluminum on the sides, and the different lights and the destination sign, and just the curves and the shape and everything. He's very industrial design and just really handsome for a vehicle. They do not make buses that look like this nowadays. All these little extra details, the double windows in the back, the split window, the sign. That was actually a 3rd brake light. I'd like to get that hooked back up to a 3rd brake light. It'll be nice when we get it done. But the bumpers match and everything. And he's just really a beautiful, beautiful bus. The styling and everything, the time that went into the design and everything that Raymond Lowey did. He designed so many famous things. Look him up, research him. A lot of really cool vehicles, especially some, the Greyhound Scenic Cruiser and some other stuff too, but some cool trains and Coke bottles. I mean, you name it. And stuff that's very iconic in Americana, he designed. Every angle that you look at him, I think he's just a beautiful bus. 1947, 3751 was the model number. Originally it was designed before the war for yellow coach, and then this one is made by General Motors. General Motors bought yellow coach sometime right after the war, and then came back out with them in 1947. They did them for 2 years, 47 and 48. But there are some pre-war yellow coach ones that are out there. Some of the parts and components on the bus actually still say Yellow Coach on it. My transmission has a tag on it that says Yellow Coach. The side windows are all emergency escape hatches. They swing out. There is a rear emergency exit door on here. A lot of things were very well thought out when they designed this bus. He's just handsome. Front, back, side, doesn't matter. And the fact that it's 80 years old and still flying down the highway at over 70 miles an hour, it's a testament for what they used to build. For the electrical system, I have two of these Victron 3000 multi-plus inverters. They're 24 volt. They're hooked up, two of them together. And then I also have the solar charge controllers or Victron on there. And then we have all the panels that are on the roof, plus we have some additional ground deployable panels that we use when we're camping somewhere. We got aluminum rims on them. We have these nice Toyo steer tires. These are new for them, 12R 22.5s. It's nice and safe bus to drive. Here's some photos of them when we first got them. Those giant rooftop air conditioners on top, broken windows, plywood over the broken windows, just Bondo and rust everywhere. And yeah, he was in pretty rough shape. His engine wasn't right. He had a bent rod. Look at this. The piston rod was completely bent in there. We had to replace that. Had troubles with cooling. The cooling system was plugged up. The before and after of the cleaning the radiator there. It was really bad. This was the interior of Lenny when we first got him. He was already converted to an RV, but it was not very nice inside. And the refrigerator had been turned off with meat and stuff inside of it. When I opened the fridge, oh my gosh, the smell, it was unbelievable. And the floor plan was completely open concept. The toilet was right next to the bed. There was no walls whatsoever. It's a very versatile bus. We even used them as a leaf blower in the fall. Nothing like the sound of a two-stroke climbing a grade. Where's your favorite place to be in the bus?
Barefoot in the kitchen. Where else?
Where's one of your favorite places to be in the bus?
Oh, back here reading a book. Or working on becoming a member of the Meter High Club. So Scott, where's your favorite place to be in the bus? Oh, where is he? Oh.
I'm lost. Can't find my ass in the hole in the ground.